Hi guys. So in last video, we did set up for Java, Maven, TestNG, and we created one Maven project also. So now we'll try to automate any API. For example, we'll take one GET API from our previous videos and we'll automate that. So before automating that, we need to add dependency of REST assured because we are going to use this REST assured to automate that. And this is the TestNG unit framework I am using to just to add multiple test cases. Okay, so now open your Eclipse and open this POM file. So in POM file, we don't have any dependency. So to download dependency, just go to Google and type REST assured dependency. Okay, see, this is under Maven repository, mavenrepository.com. You can see like REST assured. So we'll take this dependency. Just click, just copy this file. Just copy this, and what you have to do under dependencies tab. Okay, just you have to paste it over here and click on save. So it will automatically download and attach all the required jar files. Okay, so now that we did for rest assured, now go for test ng, test uh, test ng maven dependency. Okay, so similarly, see, this version we are going to take, just copy this one and paste under dependency section. Okay, dependency section. See, this is the first dependency we added, and below that we can add the second dependencies. So here when we are adding dependencies, see here it is telling, so this is what the rest assured jar file we are going to download, and what is the version of that rest assured jar is like 3.0. Okay, secondly, for test ng the version is 6.14.3. You can add any versions. Okay, it is no issue. Just simply I'm currently working on this, so I have downloaded like 3.0 and 6.14.3. Okay, so see now our dependencies we have added. Now go to Java folder, and under this package just create one class file. Okay, new class and rest assured demo. Okay, like this, and click on finish. So now it got open. Okay, so now we'll automate one of the get APIs. Okay, so this is like list of get users. This get by ID param, and this is like query parameter. Okay, okay, let's see whether data is there or not. Okay, so we have ID 1. Just a second, how many are there? ID 1, ID 5, ID 9. Okay, so we'll try to fetch the fifth user details. Okay, just fifth one, we'll see. See, now this list came. Okay, we'll automate this. So to automate this, let me go there and write like get users using query parameter. Okay, now, so here let me write one public void get user details through using query parameter. Okay, using query parameter. So this is the method I have written. Okay, now now what we have to do, while for automating this, first we need to define the base URL. Okay, so to define base URL, this is the syntax: rest assured dot base URI. See, this is what it is. So just equal to, and you need to provide the base URL path over here. So what was our base URL path? So this is what it is, base URL. Okay, just copy this and paste it over here. Now what we have to do, we have just copy this rest assured. Under rest assured we have one given method. Okay, given method. In this method, what and all is required to perform operation. Okay, so some APIs are there. Okay, that API needs some information, so those information we need to give under given section. Okay, for example, what and all we can give. We can give parameters, we can give headers, we can give cookies, query parameters, or body. Okay, body, when we will be hitting like get request, put request, or delete request, post request. So at that time, generally during post request and put request, we used to give this body. So it depends upon how developers have implemented this. Okay, so for time being, so what is our API? So API, we have one query parameter. Okay, so this when you'll go see param section, so this is like data and this is like 5. So this is what our query parameter is. So this gets added over here. So this we need to provide. So without this, we will not able to fetch the specific user details. Okay, so this is what this API tells, like you have to provide it like this. So now given dot param, okay, just param, right, param, and just you have to provide here key. So what is the key? Key is the data, right? Data. And what is the value? Value you have to provide like 5. Okay, so value is 5. Now given, apart from that, nothing is given. So no need to bother about anything now. Now after this, we need to just enter dot and write when. Okay, when means like when these things is given, user is going to hit get get API. Okay, so this is what like get URL. Okay, just hit on get on, and you need to provide the resource over here. Okay, base URL already we set, now we have to provide the resource over here. Okay, so what is our resource? Our resource is this one. Okay, just a second. So this is what our resource is. So base URI plus resource. So what will happen at runtime? This will get appended over here. Okay, after this, and this parameters, query parameter, will get added at the end. Okay, so now given when dot get, this is like get request. Then after hitting this, you will get response under this. Then okay, in then you will get response, and you can do some assertion like after hitting this API we should get some response. And there are different assertions. Okay, so currently what I'll do I will check this one whether status code is 200 or not. Okay, when I am hitting this API, it should give me status code 200, and the response is this one. So first I'll assert this status code. Okay, so then dot assert. Okay, then assert that dot status code. See, just type here status, it is showing in the options. Okay, in starting you don't need to remember things, automatically it will get populated, but later with experience you will remember, it will get remembered automatically. Okay, so just status code. And what is the status code we are expecting? We are expecting 200. Okay, so just give this that like this. Okay, see now, so this is what our we are ready to hit this API using this parameter meter. We are ready to hit this whole API. Okay, so now, so status code will be 200. So let me run this. So see here, as this is not Java project, so we don't have any main method over here. So that's what we need to write here, test ng. So we will be using running it using test ng. See, org.testng.annotation. Just add this one and run this. Okay, run this. See, as you can see passed. So this is like passed. The status code came 200. When user hit this API, that user got response as 200. Okay, status code was 200. So let's check, give some other, because we know like when user will be hitting this API, then user will get 200 status code always. So just to check whether like this is passed, right, with 200 it passed. So instead of 200, if we'll provide anything else like 250 or anything else, then it should fail, because we are expecting like it should give 250, but actually it is giving 200. So when we'll run this, it will fail. Okay, it should fail. Let's see, one failure you got, right? See, and what is the exception? Hold on. See, See, expected status code was 250. See, as we pass here, like we were telling TestNG, like when you will be hitting this API, you will get response status code as 250. But actually, the status code what we are getting is 200. Okay, so this is what it is. Like that's what it, this test got failed. Okay, again, let make it 200 and we'll hit this again. So this is how we used to write our automation test in companies while working. Okay, so might be you'll be thinking only status code you are verifying or what. No, this is part of one thing. We used to verify each and everything in the response that I'll be telling in other videos, just to show you like high level what it is. Now I'll be explaining in details like what will be there in given, then get and everything. Okay, then assert that we will be asserting few other things also. Okay, so for time being, this is what it is like. Get API, just you remember the syntax, and slowly you will like you'll be used to of this, and you will be very fast in automating the APIs. Okay, so thank you for now, guys.